G'day folks, welcome to the Pixel Peepers podcast. It's Shea behind the driver's wheels today. Today we are speaking with Josh Cobb, the CEO of Steps. Thanks for joining us, Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Now mate, for the people that don't know you, just a few things. Who's your footy team? And can you tell us a little bit about what you get up to at Steps?
So is the question who is or who was my footy team?
It's a two-parter, yeah.
Look, I grew up with the Broncos. I lived next door to Kevy Walters when I moved to Brisbane.
Yep.
So when they used to film the footy show in Brisbane, grew up with the Broncos. My brothers used to go out with them on Friday nights after their games. Like, loved at the Broncos. Loved. Not loving what is going on at the moment. I just think, the culture in the club at the moment needs a little bit of work. But
to put it in a bit of context, I know this is going to come out in a couple of weeks, but they're 5-zip after the pandemic. If we would have had this meeting during the main part of the pandemic, they would just put it in part A when they're
So no, grew up with the Broncos. Loved the Broncos. I'll still got the jersey in there. I'll dust the cobwebs off.
You got the Powers one?
No. Oh yes, I do. It's signed by the whole 1995 Premiership team. 95, 94.
You're always out doing It's like I've got the Powers one, but no signatures.
It's 95 because
95,
I was I think I was 10 when Kevy Walters got it signed. Yeah, absolutely.
Those days.
Yep. Steve Renouf, Julian O'Neill.
Mate, they were the days,
who else?
Used to run from down the yard. Broncos are on, and you can't beat Sunday afternoon football.
No,
no,
you can't. You can't. That was my team. Is my team. But your second question was what we do.
Yep.
So we're a digital marketing agency focused on the real estate industry. So our job is to help real estate agents and offices and multi-office groups run better digital marketing than their competitors and produce leads, actual outcomes for their business at a much lower cost.
Okay, so in the digital space at the moment, what would you like to see real estate agents doing more of when it comes towards video?
Just more
content, more value.
Absolutely, more value.
Okay.
There's a lot of shitty videos. I think one of the things that a lot of the people teaching video in real estate is other real estate agents.
Right. Okay.
A lot of real estate agents don't go and look outside of other agents for, very much an industry that copies each other, minus plus or minus 10%. And when they tend to copy each other, it tends to become a little bit same. So there's guys, there's a lot of people out there now that podcasters and YouTubers that, these are the kind of guys that have studied it a lot more than real estate agents have. So just get out there and learn from some of those guys.
I think there is something to looking outside the industry for what works. I don't know. Like you look at all the big Google, they they're employing other people from other industries that may have a different perspective on things. So I think that's a good tip actually. It doesn't all have to be within the confines of the real estate industry. Is there anyone in the space, mate, that's doing video really well that you've noticed and going, that's bang on point?
It depends on what type of video it is. So in real estate, there's property videos, so to promote a property. There are like brand videos. So might be a real estate agent putting together like an agent profile. Here's who I am. Here's how good I am. Here's some properties that I've sold. Here's a testimonial from a client. Then there's client testimonial videos, and then you've got content videos. So if you split them into those four or five categories, there's probably people doing better at the individual ones. Right? No one's doing it all really well, in my opinion, that I've seen. But I think in relation to property videos, I think a lot of the agents that are doing it well are investing. Sometimes they're investing their own money.
Gotcha.
If a vendor or someone looking at selling their house is saying, not investing in video. I'm not going to pay that amount of money to shoot a video or get a drone operator in. Or, I don't want to do that. Some agents say, well, look, if I'm going to put my name on the signboard out the front of this house and my name on the property advertisement online, then I want this to really sing.
So
some agents I know are spending, a few $1,000s of their own money, depending on the type of property. It's not for every house or unit that they're selling.
Yep.
But they'll invest a few dollars out of their own pocket to go and get really good quality video.
Yep.
Because they know it works, and it's their name and it's their brand.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you've got all of these other people that live in the same street going, "Oh my God, look at how Shea represented this house. This video is stunning. Well, I want my house to look like that." So I'm going to go talk to that agent. So
come talk to Shea.
Go talk to Shea.
We'll sort you out.
But so I think video is in real estate, it's an industry that lends itself to it more than a lot, because we've got a really sexy product to sell other people's houses. I'm not when I said that, I didn't mean real estate agents. They're not exactly a sexy product to sell. Sorry, and I work with them every day. But it's true. It's people don't care what the agent and those videos I see of agents walking through a house and welcome to 123 Smith Street. Let's go for a walk.
What do you think about those? Yeah,
I'm not a fan. It's just my personal opinion.
Yep.
I don't know if other people share that opinion. I don't know. But I think I don't care about who you are. I want to look at the house. I don't care about you putting your face on the video. You know what I mean?
Do you think people are trying to pack too many things into a video? It's like, hey, this is me as a, you can trust me. But do you think as a consumer, it's like, I don't give a shit about that. I just want to see the house.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big, real estate agents are less trusted than politicians. I think that's part of it. Yep. I just want to see the house. Just get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
And show me some really nice footage of the house. And, that's just my personal preference.
But I think you're right. Like, I think even with doing video production, people try and pack 7 things into one video. Yeah. So when it comes to actually showcasing a house, just show the bloody house. You know, that's what people want to see, what the billiard room looks like and the toilet and all that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's then puts them in the right stead. But I suppose then there should be follow-up videos or videos around that showing that you can trust me because I'm going to do the right thing by you. But they're separate videos to go with that. Yeah. Well, how do you think authenticity flows into the real estate agent space, mate?
When it comes to video?
Yeah. Well,
how does video help with that?
Yeah. Does are people being, I don't know. It's I suppose when my parents were growing up, the person they were, the professional they were from 9 to 5 wasn't the person that went home and played with the kids. Now we're starting to see that all wrap into one. Obviously there's transparency and actually being authentic in front of camera. Yeah. How do you think real estate agents are sort of tackling that?
Some authenticity in real estate is something that is a shortcut to brand, to trust.
Yep.
To building trust, and video's a shortcut to building brand awareness. So you combine those two things together, authenticity and video. Yep. And you've got a shortcut to online success, I suppose. Yeah. Look, there are a lot of real estate agents that get in their own way.
Yeah.
And it's the agents that we work with that are they're top of their game. They're writing huge GCI or gross commission income. So and they're successful not necessarily because of their own brand. It's because of the relationships that they have. Yeah. And so they don't put their face on bus stops. They don't need to. They don't.
Yeah, gotcha.
They don't do a lot of the stuff that a lot of real estate agents do. They like their success to be quiet and their black book or their phone book. Yeah. To be full of people who they can call up and say, "Hey, I've got a house that suits you." Or and agents that I'm talking about, their black book is they've sold houses for CEOs, tech entrepreneurs, people that are. And I'm not suggesting every agent can access that pool, but the reason that they don't put their face on everything is because and I had a client of ours tell us this a little while ago, who's one of the best agents in the country. Yeah, he said, "Josh, our job's not that hard. We just open doors for people. That's all we do. Okay. A real estate he said this, real estate agents get in their own way. Yeah, you just got to open the door and go, do you like it?
Yeah,
if you don't, I've got another one. Oh, you don't? So I've got another one that might suit you down at, whatever.
So keep it simple. People are overcomplicating it and, you can drive up in the Ferrari and all that sort of stuff, but is that I don't know, covering for something. Like, obviously, these kind of people that you're talking about.
I don't know. What do you mean? What's it covering for?
Well, yeah. That's another podcast. Can we say? Yeah. But these types of they're comfortable. They're obviously comfortable in their own shoes, right? And I think leaving ego at the door. There is no ego, or they're very aware of who they are.
But some people love the bashful, here's me, here's all of me, my face is on everything. All the videos I shoot are of me, and it's me, and it's me, it's me. And some people, like in certain pockets of different major capital cities, there's a certain clientele that love that type of real estate agent.
Yeah, okay.
We don't work with those types of real estate agents because it's just not. It's just look. It's not a fit for.
Well, I think that's half the reason I've got you on the podcast as well, because I think there's similar values there about the people that we hang out with, and look, I remind myself every day as well. Not everyone thinks like you, and that's okay. Yeah. And as you said, there's different pools of people that do things differently. I've never seen you fall into that category that your ego doesn't come into play. You're not big-headed about anything, and the clients that you hang out with are an extension of you.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if we take it back to what your question about authenticity. Yeah. I think it depends on the type of business you want to run.
Okay.
And if you're dealing with $10 million houses and above, and you're shooting video on your iPhone, you need to
up your game.
Yeah. If you're in a certain demographic and you're selling houses under $500,000 in a lower socioeconomic part of the world, wherever you are, and you're shooting with Red Dragon cameras and getting a full film crew in and drones and all that sort of thing, it's like, well,
over the top.
Well, it might be, but if you can afford to do that, it might be a huge success for you. So,
gotcha.
I think it just comes down to how you want to be perceived.
Gotcha.
And if you're quite happy, if you're the bashful real estate agent, here's me, then go for it. If it works for you, it's just not quite.
It's like the drummer.
It's not going to work for everyone.
The drummer at a Hanson for Umbop. Remember, he just loved the camera.
Taylor? Was it Taylor? Was it the drummer?
The youngest of the Hanson three. Yeah. He was always like, I remember watching the film clip. He's like, where's the camera at? I need to, put it on me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Right. But he was also 7 or something. Like he was young. Yeah. He was a kid.
Now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head. Anyway, it is what it is, mate. I think authenticity is, it's certainly something that I try and do whenever I do video is teach someone something, that they didn't know. That's just always going through my head.
Yeah, good. Excellent.
It's got nothing to do with me or our company or what we do. It's how can we produce a video that's going to help someone get better at their,
Do you think real estate agents are bombarded with the same shit? And it is hard to, like, even with, marketing's an ever-evolving thing, being in front of the camera. Do you find that it's easy to play it safe and just do what everyone else is doing?
For sure.
And that's what a lot of the agents are just doing?
Everyone just copies each other. So
right.
There's I won't say who it is, but there's a real estate agent who is often touted as having the best social media presence of all agents in the country in Australia.
Okay.
And you jump on their Instagram profile or their Facebook page.
Yep.
And sure, they get a lot of engagement.
Yeah.
But we did an analysis on, I think it was a random selection of about 20 posts of this particular agent.
Yeah.
And it was roughly 95%, or even maybe slightly higher for some posts. All the engagement that they were getting was from other real estate agents. So it's like, well, sure, it's getting lots of engagement and you're really good at social media, but it's like
you're not selling
houses for the wrong audience.
Gotcha.
If you're selling training courses on how to be a rock star social media real estate agent, then you'd sell it. You'd sell out.
Yeah, gotcha.
But look, they sell a lot of property, and that's great. So I think their social media presence is kind of just a reflection of that.
Yeah, okay.
But a lot of other real estate agents who copy what this agent does,
oh right, yeah,
they're not at that agent's level. So just work out what works for you. Don't just
yeah.
copy. So, mate, that happens all the time in this industry and other industries, but real estate is very much a copycat industry.
I've always had this concept that there is no competition out there. If you've got, like, yeah, it's good. Like, if you're looking left and right, stay in your lane, do what you do best. You know, looking left and right will slow you down. I don't know. It's
when you're focused on the competition, you're not focused on your customers. You know, in real estate, there's a lot of that. In our industry, there's a lot of that. We've got competitors who we get alerts every single week of the top websites that have referred traffic to our website. And just in the last few weeks during this whole COVID thing, we've noticed an influx of traffic from a website. It's called Ahrefs, and it's a really cool, like a competitive analysis tool that you can use to, but a huge spike from this website of traffic that's obviously one of our competitors trolling through our website, looking at how it's set up, why we're ranking number one for search phrases, and looking to gain an edge, obviously, which is very flattering. But what they don't realise is that we've spent 6 years, creating really helpful content about the things that we do to get us to number one on Google for all these things. Whereas all they're using is a tool to try and copy what we're doing, but they've got to spend 6 years to catch up to where we are. So
it's a patience game.
Yeah, the more you are focused on your competitors, the less focused you are on your customers and what they want. And I think that's a lot to do with video as well.
Well, mate, you touched on before about, you know, the type of videos that some real estate agents are doing, like with the walkthroughs and stuff. What other videos do you see that real estate agents are doing that they can maybe, you know, change up a bit and just to improve brand awareness, or just let the people know that, you know, that they can trust them? What other things would you like to see?
There's an agent in Tasmania who comes to mind as someone this is really unique, and I have no doubt if a real estate agent's watching this, they're going to copy this, and they should, because it's awesome. And he's one of the only guys I've seen do this. Right, so his name is Richard Bailey. I hope he doesn't mind that I'm going to mention his name. He's an older gentleman, so he didn't start real estate yesterday. He's been around for a while, and he's in Launceston in Tasmania. Beautiful city. I've been there a couple of times now. And you've got the Bogues Brewery. You've got a lot of history in Launceston, right?
Lovely beauty on there.
And awesome part of the world. And Richard, I don't know, I won't even guess how old he is, but he's been around a while, right? And his videos that he does this. He created a video series called Street Talk. Right. And Street Talk is so his assistant D, and he go down to a specific street. I don't know if they still do this. They did hundreds of videos. And they went down to a specific street in Invermay, which is in Launceston, and there's another area as well. Anyway, so they stood on the side of the road with an iPhone, and this sort of stuff shot on an iPhone is fine. You don't need professional gear for this. And it was
run and gun stuff.
Hi, I'm Richard here from ABC Real Estate. I'm here in Smith Street in Invermay, and wow, what a lot of history this street has. You've got the Bogues Brewery right there, and you've got this thing over here, you know, Billy Joe used to live here, just this. But to the people in Launceston, to the young whippersnappers growing up in the area, they're like, he's just this old fuddy-duddy real estate agent. But what they don't realise is that most of the people that live in that area are people of his vintage, right?
There you go.
So the videos that he's producing are like killer when it comes to connecting with his audience.
Awesome, And he's giving little history lessons, but also just connecting people via video.
And the audio, you can hear trucks, he almost got hit by a truck in one of his videos. It's just flying past, and it's cool content. It's really.
I've always said, if a truck's going to hit you, make sure you capture that. You know? Any of those,
absolutely.
Those moments, get them on camera.
Make sure it's in 60 frames per second so you can slow it down to slow-mo, right? He is someone who is well beyond his years in. He doesn't shoot the video himself. His assistant D does, and she just edits it on iMovie or something, and cuts in some B-roll of the just panning shots and So it's completely original content, and they're 2-3 minutes long. And it's called Street Talk.
Yep.
And he's got hundreds of these videos of all the different streets, the history behind them. So when he drops them, right, online, and he runs Facebook ads to promote the latest episode and drops the pin in the street that he promoted.
Wow.
And targets all the people in that street.
Yeah.
Super smart, and all these people now are going, what a great video. And next time when they're thinking of selling, they might not be thinking right now, but when they are thinking of selling, who do you think they're going to think of?
Oh,
right?
exactly. Yeah, well, even just thinking about that, like with targeted ads in that direction, you start hearing keywords like Moore Street or Bogues, and straight away, if you're living in that area, you go, oh, I know that. I live just around the corner. I know where that is. Yeah. So just picking that up, you're going to watch that from start to end.
Yeah, I did. I didn't even live there. It was just because I thought it was really... He's just a really likeable guy.
He sounds like a really endearing customer.
He is. And he came to our digital marketing workshops in Melbourne. He flew from Tassie to Melbourne, and he's just he understands the importance of video. Yeah, and whereas a lot of real estate agents in his market, there's a couple that are kind of coming up through the ranks now, and one in particular who another agent in his area that's in his early 20s who's just catching a lot of agents napping. And he's in a market with, he just gets it. He gets the importance of video, and he's just out there doing it, and it's awesome.
So who's the Tasmanian guy again?
His name's Richard Bailey.
Richard, I'm going to send this to you, mate, because, Josh, I trust down to the ground, and he's given a big rap, but I'm going to start watching some of your vids, mate.
Send me some Bogues.
Just a couple of cartons.
Yeah.
None of the light stuff, too, the heavy. Sorry for the interruption, folks, but if you're enjoying this podcast and you want to learn how to make great videos for your business, don't worry, we've got you covered. We've put together a 32-page ebook that's packed full of gold to get you out of the blocks. So head over to No Time Manual Skill and get started. Back to the podcast. What have you seen pattern-wise that's been happening since this COVID-19 thing's hit with the industry?
In real estate?
Yeah.
From I guess leading on from what we've been talking about, a lot of businesses have shifted online for a lot of things that they were just dipping their toe in the water. What's become apparent to me is that they were just dipping their toe in the water for a lot of things, and now they're all in. So
there you go. Okay.
Virtual tours of properties. So when auctions were banned and open for inspections were banned.
Yep.
A lot of businesses were doing it for years before that.
Yep.
But even more now are going, I kind of need to do that now because I can't physically go take someone through a house.
Yeah, right.
So a lot of people doing virtual tours. So leading on from what we were talking about, some are doing almost like digital tours. I've seen agents where
the Matterport 3D.
Yeah, some of that. 3D floor plans and stuff. But some agents have even had on their website sign up for a digital tour, and it's literally they'll do like a FaceTime.
Okay.
So anyone who's inquired, they'll go and show them the property and like
that's cool.
Use their phone to take them through the house or the unit.
Okay.
So that's been a bit of that. Online auctions have become a lot more popular.
Okay.
So there's about 4 or 5 major online auction platforms, so you can bid on properties online. The hype around that kind of died off in the last probably 3 weeks.
Yep.
So what are we? End of June. People are starting to kind of enjoy there's been a lot more presence at actual auctions.
Okay.
And a colleague of mine in Sydney last week, who is an auctioneer, property sold for $120,000 over reserve. So more people are getting back to the live auction stuff, and there's nothing. Anyway, I won't go on about that.
As you said, look, there's a push for things that they were just testing the water on. They're going all chips all in on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, which is great.
And with the local newspapers now that are closing down, a lot of our regional clients, we're talking Gladstone, Lennox Head, coastal towns, regional towns, country towns. They're all because all the newspapers are shutting down. They're now investing a huge amount in educating their teams on advertising real estate through social media to a much larger degree than what they were. So all that sort of stuff, they're kind of just going all in with digital. Okay. And more and more people
sorry to interrupt, but I lived up at Caloundra for a while, and the people around me, like, I got pretty fast internet because they weren't on the internet. There was a lot of old people around me. Do you think there's still a space for the leaflet drop?
I think it depends on where you are. And look, the problem...
there's a group of people that still goes through all their junk mail and reads it from back to front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there still... Do you think... is that still a viable thing in the real estate industry?
There's a great saying in a book called Utility by a good friend of mine, Jay Bayer. It's a marketing book, business book. And there's a great line in that kind of relates to letterbox flyers and print marketing in that way. And the end result of doing that is lots of swings.
Yep.
And lots of strikeouts.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And the occasional home run.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So I think that's how the quote goes. I might have butchered that a little bit, but essentially you're sending out 10,000 letterbox cards or letters to land maybe one or two.
Okay.
So the conversion rate, if you're talking conversion related,
you've got
it's not even a competition.
There's a time aspect as well to put all that shit together, and then actually. It's a laborious job.
But here's the thing as well. Like a lot of people now are conscious about the environment. And they're going, why are all these real estate agents flooding my letterbox with all this stuff when they could have just sent me not an email, because people don't like getting emails from real estate agents to a large degree, if it's irrelevant. But you can do the same thing online. You think of the Facebook newsfeed as all the letterboxes of all the people in a community. You can run a... I think there is a place for it, but it depends on what you're using it for. So our local real estate agent who lives around here, he runs an event he texts me like every now and then to say hi and just because he lives in the estate, the guy who sold us our house.
Okay.
And he runs a thing at Halloween for the whole estate to get together in the park that's literally across the road where we're sitting right now. He runs little things in the park for all the kids and face painting and all that sort of stuff. And
so he doesn't just forget about you once he's sold the house to you.
Well, he lives here.
He lives here. Okay.
So you're going to see him.
But that's extra value on top. That's got to be a good warm fuzzy feeling for you. And obviously people. You've been in the industry long enough, so when it comes buying a house, you're going to go to someone that you really do trust. Like there's going to be.
Look at we've got family and friends that have wanted to kind of move into the area, and he's the first guy I call just say, hey, have you got anything coming up or? I think I don't know how we got to that, but
like everything I talk about segues to something. We'll come back to James Bogue beer.
But he. But look, going back to what we were talking about before, a lot of the things that you asked me about letterbox drops, is there a place for it? And I think it depends on what you're putting into people's letterboxes as to whether it works. And if it's things like community events, hey, I'm putting on a thing for the kids at Easter, or or there's something going on at Christmas time, or there's big moments of the year.
That can scratch someone's itch and go, that sounds.
Well, you live in the community, you've got kids, you're like, that sounds awesome, it's local, and I don't have to walk too far. I'm using quotes from books here, but there's another line out of a book called Marketing Rebellion. Mark Schaefer wrote this book, and there's a line that says you can't be for the community. So what that means is you can't just sponsor the footy team and hope that people are going to call you off the billboard that you've got down behind the try line, right? You've got to be of the community. Like, you have to be there actively serving the sausage sizzle at the tuck shop, actively involved
on the front line.
The front line of the community. You can't just throw a couple of bucks at a sporting team or whatever it is, community thing, and expect to yield great results. You've got to get in and do it.
Now, mate, look, last question. I know you've even with the way I still remember our first meeting, mate. I remember we sat in the pub at Champside there, had a beer and a chat. That was probably 6-7 years ago. You were just getting into
How many beers did we have? Because I can't remember.
A couple. It went sideways. But I knew then that you were someone that looked into the crystal ball and could see what was coming. What do you see happening 5-10 years from now with real estate, and specifically video?
More of the same.
Just the same.
More of the same.
But more of it, and more of everyone going chips all in.
I think a lot people are. I think there are now real estate, and again, it's because some agents are setting the benchmark. Other agents are starting, and businesses and multi-office franchise groups are starting to follow, again, I talked about people copying each other in this industry.
Yep.
There's a few kind of early adopters of, really high quality video content.
Yep.
Hyper local content, so almost building like a media arm to their business.
Yeah, excellent.
And there's more and more companies that are doing it now, and the quality is fantastic. I mentioned an agent before that shoots on his iPhone to do some kind of cool little content videos. That's fine for that sort of stuff, but when it comes to your brand and your properties, I think we're going to see more professionalism. I fundamentally believe it. There's a lot of crap shot by real estate agents just on their iPhone.
Yeah.
If you're going to sell someone's house for $1 million, $2 million,
you got to take it up a notch.
Like it's your brand. Imagine what you've got. Agent A, Agent B. Agent A shoots on an iPhone of a $2 million house. You've got Agent B who's hired a film crew, a drone operator, and spent maybe $1,500 or $2,000 on a video, maybe even of their own money. But what that pays in brand equity is
tenfold, 100-fold.
A lot better than Agent A. So
gotcha.
I think I think we're going to see more of the same. I don't see real estate changing all that much. There's a lot of people talking about companies that are going to buy real estate directly from you and then off-sell it. Look, it might happen. I just think
Purple Bricks is going down there.
Oh, they're gone.
Aren't they?
Last year. I think it'll be more of the same. I just think it'll be better quality. And people are now starting to realise, okay, social media and all these tools they're great tools, but they're not free. And we need to invest heavily in educating our teams on how to use them properly and how to put good quality content on it.
Well, it's only going to get more expensive too, isn't it? So the time is ripe now to, like it was beforehand, but you're still getting things at bargain basement, like LinkedIn even.
But there's so much content out there now that the medium doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what channel really. Obviously, you've got to be on the channels where your audience are hanging out, but with so much content out there now and so much video content, people can just pick up a phone, shoot, and bang, I'm on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram in 2 minutes. I think quality is going to be the race that people need. So they need to invest in, getting good quality content, video content, journalists, content teams. There's a brand in Brisbane who have 5 videographers full time, who are third-year uni students who go and shoot interviews with local businesses and people. That's their job, is to produce hyper local content every day, all day. Get it on the website, get it out to the community. So they've become a media company that happen to sell real estate. So I think quality is going to be the name of the game moving forward. The way we buy and sell real estate, I think, is going to be exactly the same. Relationships.
You can't that's the baseline, isn't it? In some it's a transaction between human beings. It's you're thinking about the person you're selling to, the person you buy. It's we're still humans at the end of the day.
That's it.
The aliens may be coming. I don't know. The robots may be coming, but
perhaps.
That could be 17 years. I don't know, but for the next 5-10 years, forever. We're all humans.
All these, and I'm 35 this year, I think. I can't even remember now.
It was your 30th bloody 5 years ago,
mate.
mate.
I think so.
Playing guitar and singing Bon Jovi.
But all of these, I'm going to say younger people who are joining any industry now, especially real estate. And let's be honest, a lot of people are drawn to real estate because of the amount of money they can potentially make.
Yes.
If they're good at their craft. And I've heard a lot of agents say, look, people who are my age are not interested in buying property traditionally. They'll be happy to do a Skype call or a Skype tour or a virtual tour, and they'll just buy it. Problem is they haven't got the money to buy real estate at the moment. And people who are buying and selling real estate buying a lot of real estate are still people who want you to, if they send you an email, they want you to call them. They don't want you to text them or Facebook message them. Pick up the fucking phone and give them a call, right? This whole. So I'm not. The reason I can say that, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not too old, but I'm not too young.
I think we're in the sweet spot, mate. Like, I'm a couple of years on you, but I know that if mum comes to me, right, and says, Shea, what is it like on Facebook? Like these days, it's kind of like you've chopped your arms and legs off, right? You've got to keep evolving with what's coming. And just as she gets annoyed at her friends because they're like, how do I set up the internet on my computer? And she's got to, it's, so you've got to keep evolving with the times and see what's coming.
Yeah.
If you're whinging about something, you're losing. So yeah.
No, just mate, pick up the phone and do this stuff. I have this whole COVID thing. I've got cabin for, I can get outside here in Queensland.
Yep.
But I just said to a client yesterday on a Zoom call, Zoom's great. And I wish I bought shares in Zoom before COVID, but I can't wait to get back on a plane and go and just see some clients and people all around the country and being in a room with people and I think that's where the economics of business happen.
There's a massive time and place for that too, isn't there? Just to actually, as you said, sit across and have a cup of tea and talk.
Or some Japanese.
That was good Japanese. Thanks. Mate, on that note, thanks so much for your time today.
Awesome,
we had a really good insight. Got into the heads of real estate agents and what they should be.
It's a place you don't want to be on. Trust me. Yeah,
mate. But thanks for that. Where can people go if they want to learn a little bit more about yourself and Steps?
Just head over to steps.com.au.
Yep,
everything's there. Contact details. My mobile number's on the about page. I think.
Yep. Go check it out. If you enjoyed that episode of the Pixel Peepers podcast, don't forget to subscribe wherever you may be, and we'll see you soon for another episode.